My name is Catherine. I am 41 years old, and every day of my life feels like a long test of strength. I wake up before the sun rises, not because I want to, but because I have to. The alarm rings at 5 in the morning, and my body already feels tired before the day even begins. My first job is at a small cafe near the train station. The air always smells like coffee and bread, but I no longer feel comfort in it. I stand for hours, smiling at customers, even when my feet burn and my back aches. Some people are kind. Some look through me as if I am invisible. By noon, my legs shake, but I tell myself to keep going. I cannot stop. In the evening, I go to my second job. I clean offices until midnight. Empty rooms. Cold floors. Bright lights that hurt my eyes. I scrub desks where other people sit all day, people who earn more money in 1 hour than I do in a week. Sometimes I wonder what it feels like to go home early, to rest, to feel safe about tomorrow. One afternoon, my cafe manager shouted at me in front of everyone because a customer complained. I wanted to explain, but my voice stayed trapped in my chest. I just nodded and said sorry, even though I knew it was not my fault. That night, I went home and saw my mother at the table, counting coins very slowly. She was trying to pay the electricity bill. Her hands were shaking. In that moment, something broke inside me. I was tired of being afraid. Tired of working endlessly and still having nothing. Tired of seeing my mother worry about money. That night, lying in my small bed, staring at the ceiling, I made a decision that would change my life forever. I did not want to survive anymore. I wanted security. And I believed money was the only way to get it. That night, after my mother went to sleep, I stayed awake for hours. The room was quiet, but my mind was loud. Every thought circled around the same fear: what if nothing ever changes? I had worked hard my whole life, yet I was still standing in the same place. I did not want luxury for fun. I wanted safety. I wanted a future where I would not panic every time the phone rang or a bill arrived. And slowly, a dangerous idea formed in my mind. If hard work could not protect me, then money would. The next morning, before going to the cafe, I searched online for the richest families in the city. I felt ashamed as I typed the words, but I did not stop. One name appeared again and again, shining on the screen like a promise: the Cooper family. They owned businesses, buildings, and power. And they had only one son. His name was Sheldon Cooper. I looked at his picture for a long time. He was handsome, well-dressed, and confident. He looked like a man who had never worried about tomorrow. In that moment, I did not see him as a person. I saw him as a door. A door out of fear, out of poverty, out of exhaustion. I told myself this was not wrong. I told myself I deserved a better life after all these years of suffering. I told myself that love could grow later. I opened my small savings box. The money inside was not much, but it was enough for one important step. I bought a beautiful dress, one that cost more than I had ever spent on clothes. My hands shook as I paid. This was not just a dress. It was an investment. Then I bought a ticket to a charity gala. A place where rich people gathered, laughed, and donated money without worry. A place where Sheldon Cooper would be. As I held the ticket in my hand, my heart beat fast. I was scared. But I was also hopeful. I did not know it yet, but the plan I made that day would cost me much more than money. The night of the charity gala arrived faster than I expected. As I stood in front of the mirror, wearing the expensive dress, I barely recognized myself. The woman looking back did not look tired or afraid. She looked confident, powerful, ready. The hall was full of soft music, bright lights, and people who moved as if the world belonged to them. I felt small at first, but then I saw him. Sheldon Cooper was standing near a large flower display, talking calmly, smiling politely. My heart began to race. This was the moment my plan had been waiting for. I walked closer, pretending not to notice him. Then I turned slightly, letting my shoulder touch his arm. My drink spilled onto his black suit. "Oh no, I'm so sorry," I said quickly, my voice shaking just enough to sound real. Sheldon looked down at his suit, then back at me. He didn't look angry. Instead, he smiled. "It's all right," he said gently. "These things happen." That smile caught me off guard. It was warm. Kind. Not the cold smile I expected from a rich man. We started talking. About the music. About the event. About nothing important at all. But he listened to me closely, like my words mattered. As the night went on, I forgot to act. I forgot the plan. I laughed easily. I felt light. For the first time in years, I was not thinking about bills, work, or tomorrow. I was just there, in the moment, with him. When the party ended, Sheldon looked at me and said, "I really enjoyed talking to you. Maybe we could meet again?" My heart jumped. "Yes," I said. "I would like that." He asked for my number. I gave it to him, my fingers trembling. On the way home, I told myself the plan was working perfectly. But deep inside, something had changed. I wasn't excited about the money anymore. I was excited about him. And that truth scared me more than being poor ever had. Meeting Sheldon's family was the moment I feared the most. When he told me he wanted me to visit his parents' home, I smiled and said yes, but my hands felt cold. I had heard stories about his mother, Olivia Cooper. People said she was strong, sharp, and never wrong. She protected her family like a wall of steel. Their house was enormous. Quiet. Perfect. The kind of place that made my old life feel very far away. Olivia greeted me with a polite smile that never reached her eyes. She watched me closely, as if she was already searching for something wrong. At dinner, she asked questions that sounded simple but felt heavy. "What do you do for work, Catherine?" I told her the truth. 2 jobs. A cafe in the morning. Cleaning offices at night. Her eyes grew colder. She made comments about simple backgrounds and asked if I felt comfortable in such a big house. Each word landed like a quiet cut. Sheldon sat beside me, silent. He changed the topic once or twice, but he never stopped her. That night, alone in the guest room, I felt small again. The woman who had felt confident at the gala was gone. Then I heard voices through the wall. Olivia was speaking to Sheldon. She is not right for you, she said. She wants our money. You must see it. My chest tightened. She was right, and that truth hurt more than any lie. Days later, everything collapsed. Olivia hired someone to investigate me. They found my jobs, my savings, my family's struggles. And worst of all, they found the truth behind my plan. One afternoon, Olivia showed Sheldon everything. Photos, papers, proof. I waited for him to defend me. He didn't. After that day, Sheldon became distant. Calls stopped. Dates were cancelled. His messages grew short. Then one night, a final text arrived. I need time. Please understand. I stared at the screen for a long time. I didn't cry because I lost a rich future. I cried because I lost him. And this time, I knew the pain was my own fault. After Sheldon's message, my life became quiet again. No big cars. No expensive dinners. No promises about the future. Only my small room, my tired body, and my thoughts. For the first time in a long while, I had to face myself without a plan, without excuses. I went back to work every day. I stood behind the cafe counter in the morning and cleaned offices at night. My feet still hurt. My hands were still tired. But something inside me had changed. I finally understood what I had done. I wanted safety so badly that I chose lies. I wanted peace so badly that I forgot honesty. And I paid the price. One afternoon, as I was closing the cafe, I saw someone standing outside. My heart stopped for a moment. It was Sheldon. He looked different. Tired. Quiet. Human. Not the confident man from the gala. I'm sorry, he said softly. I was scared. Of my mother. Of the truth. Of losing control. I took a deep breath. This time, I didn't hide. Yes, I said. I had a plan. I wanted a rich husband because my life was hard. I was afraid of tomorrow. But when I met you, everything changed. Loving you was not part of the plan. But it was real. He listened. He didn't interrupt. I need time, he said. Trust doesn't return quickly. I know, I replied. I need time too. To become someone who doesn't lie to feel safe. We didn't hug. We didn't promise anything. But for the first time, the truth stood between us, clear and honest. That night, I walked home slowly. I didn't know if Sheldon would ever come back into my life. But I knew something important. I no longer wanted a rich husband. I wanted a rich life, one built on honesty, dignity, and real love. Even if it took longer. Even if it was harder. Because now I knew. Money can buy comfort. But only truth can buy peace. And this time, I chose peace.